Okay, so in the last lecture, we have started with the second unit of the HCI. Okay, so we will just take a short review what we have seen. Okay, your second unit was what? Human perspective in interaction design process. So in the first unit, we have seen all the basic, and in the second part, we are going to see how the human is going to interact with the design process, means how the person is going to design your system. Okay, so there are two parts of your second unit. First is what? Design the guideline. Second, first is your know the user client. Okay, so that is all theoretical one, and you actually we have studied in the first unit. So in the last bit I will take this know your user or the client process, and the second one is what? Design guidelines. We have started with the design guidelines. In that also, in the first unit we have covered the navigation part, how to navigate from one screen to another screen. In that we have seen local structure and global structure. Okay, so we have seen what is actually designing part. So what is designing? It is nothing but the plan, structure or model of the product. Means what? You are going to create a static view of the system. Okay, and you are going to present in the front of what? Your customers and your development team. And if there is any changes, according to that you are going to make the changes, and again make your system design according to the customer need. Yes, we have seen certain applications like GPS, social medias, interactive books, games, healthcare system. These are some of the more interactive system. Next, we have seen the example. Okay, what example we have covered? Even though the product is same, okay, if the designings are different, the interaction between the people are going to change. Okay, we have seen the example of what? Stapler. Yes. Do you remember? Can you recall the example of stapler where two types of stapler were used? One was manual and one was electrical one. Manual was what? You can carry to your desk, you can perform your operations, and you can keep with you. Yes. And electrical was what? It was attached to a central part of the office, and you have to always get up when you have to staple something. So see the action of interaction. In the case of manual was what? Write, print, staple. Write, print, staple. As stapler was with you, you were writing, printing and staplering each particular document. But in the case of electric, what was the case? Instead of again moving to the centralized part or in the office, you were just writing, printing, and when you have a couple of document to staple, at that time you were going to an electrical stapler and you were going to staple your documents. So this is the difference. Okay, when the design change, the interaction to the system also change, even the product is same. Again, we have seen along with the designing part, one more document is important. Documentation part is also important. Just you don't have to give the architecture, you have to give the explanation along with it. Okay, so the documentation, manuals, tutorial, how to use that design or the conventions, whatever you have used in designing, you have to provide the documentation for it so that every common man can understand your design. Okay, next we have seen needs of interaction design. Okay, when you go for designing part, you have to first consider, or we have to first establish a goal. And to establish a goal, okay, you have to ask a certain set of questions first. So these were the questions. After setting the goal, what is the next constraint you have to fix? Okay, you have timing constraint, then you have material which you're going to use, cost, time required, safety, health issues. Okay, this type of constraint you have to take into mind when you go for achieving your goal. Again, the third component is important. Well, designing is what? Trade-off. Okay, next is what you when you go for designing any system, you have to see, or you have to take a survey of what already existing system and what new you can provide to the user. Okay, so three important components are there when you go for designing. Okay, next we have seen, as it is a human who is going to develop a design and who is going to use the system, he is more prone to error, or he can make error even though the designing you have made is 100% perfect. Okay, so some of the example we have seen like air crash, industrial accidents, hospital mistake. Okay, So next we have seen in short what was the 8 golden rules. And in today's lecture, we are going to see what are the 8 golden rules you have to apply while designing a particular interface. Next part was what? HCI design framework. Okay. So whatever HCI you are going to develop, that is nothing but the human computer interface, whatever you are going to develop, for that you are going to apply your SDLC life cycle. Yes. SDLC life cycle is going to have mainly 5 phases. So all the 5 phases you're going to apply, or you're going to club with what your interface designing part. Yes. So in that we have seen first what is software engineering. I think so there is no need to revise this concept, what is software engineering again. Then next we have seen how the software development process is applied to your HCI and what are the prawns. Then next, what is waterfall model? So 2 models they have applied, waterfall and prototype. Iterative model they have applied. So see, in the process of design, this is a prototyping model. Basically, it is used for its designing your interface. So what is there in prototype model? It is similar to your waterfall. Only if there is a change in your requirement or in your designing phase, again you can analyze it. Again you can add the functionality according to the customer need. And again you can design your system. And once your prototype or designing is stable, then only you'll go for the implementation. So various prototype you can develop of your system. So that is nothing but your prototyping model, and this is basically used now. Okay, the similar phases you have as that of waterfall model, only iteration and prototyping is there. Now today we are going to see 8 golden rules. Okay, so as your SDLC life cycle is applied throughout your software development phase, your 8 golden rules are going to apply only to designing phase. Okay, so you are going to apply this rule only when you go for designing, not for the requirement, not for planning. When you go for actual designing, you are going to apply this 8 rule. And using this 8 rule, you are going to design your system. So once we study this 8 golden rule, what you have to do, you have to take any app or you can take any interface and you have to apply this 8 golden rules on that. Yes, and you have to present a case study. Okay, we will see one example of Instagram. Just we'll see the concept, what is actually the 8 golden rule. Then we will go with the Instagram app where how the 8 golden rules are applied and how the interface is designed. Okay, so what is 8 golden rule now? First, it is nothing but it provide a convenient and brief summary of the key principles of interfaces. Okay, so it is nothing but the summary it is going to give about the interface which you are going to develop. So by applying this 8 golden rule, you can produce a better system. Okay, so there are different scientists were there. They have introduced 3 main types. Okay, from that only first is there in our syllabus, that is Shadowman 8 golden rule. Next is what your Norman's 7 principle, and last one is your Nielsen 10 heuristic rule. Okay, so in our syllabus we are going to have Shadowman's 8 golden rule. Okay, so now this Bean Shadowman was what? We'll just see a short what is the history about this 8 golden rule. Okay, it is an American computer scientist who have given some implicit facts about designing and came up with 8 general guidelines. Okay, so these guidelines are beneficial for what? A normal designer as well as for interface designer. Okay, just remember these rules are only applied to your designing part, not to your whole software product. Okay, and these are beneficial in experimental assessment of identifying the better GUI. Using this 8 golden rule, you can create a GUI, okay, which is of a better quality. So some of the examples they have given, like Apple, Google, Microsoft, are one of the companies who are using this 8 golden rules to design their website or design their product. Okay, so now the characteristic derived from these golden rules can be recognized in various user interface guidelines produced by corporate giants like companies and mentioned above. Okay, so all the branded companies and all the websites you see, they apply this 8 golden rules. So now what are they? First is what? Strive for consistency. Next is what? Cater to universal usability. See, all these words, all this we have already covered in the first unit. So you know the meaning of consistency, you know the meaning of usability. Yes, Just how to apply here, you are going to see that. Okay. So third one is what? Offer informative feedback. Fourth is what? Design dialogues to yield closure. Fifth is what? You prevent errors. Then sixth is what? Permit easy reversal of action. Seventh is what? You support internal locus of control. And eighth one is what? Reduce short-term memory load. Okay. We'll just see the example. Now, first one is what? Strive for consistency. Means what? Which are, we have already seen this, which are similar actions or which are similar component. You're going to logically group them together. Okay, this is nothing but the strive for consistency. Okay, see here, identical terminology used such as familiar icons, colors, menu hierarchy, call to action, and user flow. Okay, so you are going to group all the similar icons together, which are going to function similar. Okay, and coloring also you can give same. Menu hierarchy you must maintain, and workflow also must be provided properly. Okay, while designing the interface. So see here, they have given the example that Instagram. Okay, so can you imagine the Instagram app? So on that, just by double clicking on the picture, you can like the picture. Yes. So this is nothing but the strive for consistency. Next is what? Scrolling enables seeing the most recent app. Yes, you can view the story option is there where you can view the recent stories which the user has uploaded or the friends, your friends have uploaded. Next is what? Tab and hold on the story, can pause it, and you can edit the profile. Okay, these are some of the example of what your strive for consistency. Okay, so three important keywords are here: functionality, appearance, and terminology, and workflow and processes. Okay. Just remember, you can remember the option of what? Cut, copy, paste. Yes, you can remember the option of file, where file, new, save, print are the similar icon which are grouped together. Okay. Next is what? Cater to universal usability. Okay, see the application or the interface which you are going to design, okay, which will be a single design, but this design will be used by what? Large number of people. Okay, and this large number of people can vary in their characteristics. Okay, they can vary in their age, they can vary in their culture, they can vary in the educational part, disability. Okay, so you have to consider all range of users while designing this app, and it must be compatible with all the people. Okay. So what the cater to universal usability says that you have to provide a shortcut keys. Yes, see, keyboard shortcut keys like abbreviation, function keys, hidden commands, and micro facilities are very helpful to an expert user. So this rule says that when you're developing an interface, you have to provide a shortcut keys. Okay. So when you are developing a huge app, in that case, you must provide shortcut keys like for cut, copy, paste, you have Control V, Control C. Okay, delete, then play. So in this way, you have to provide the shortcuts in your applications so that it will be easier for all the use of the people. Okay, the first is what? Strive for consistency, logical grouping. Second is just remember, you have to add the shortcuts. Next is what? Offer informative feedback. Okay, so what it is? The need to keep the user informed of what is happening at every stage of the process. Okay, and this feedback needs to be meaningful, relevant, clear, and fit the context. So for example, when you're uploading something, okay, can you see in this diagram? It's show you the message that uploading is done 45%. This is nothing but the informative feedback. Okay, when you're uploading something on the Google Drive, you can see in the circle you have a green tick here. So it is saying that uploading is done successfully. When you drag and drop the file, it shows some feedback. Okay, when you are performing some action. Yes. So see in the case of Instagram, if new post is there, you can see this, see it is circled with the blue color. Okay, this indicates what? Using some symbols, okay, you can show the feedback to the user. Whatever action you're going to perform, the system gives the feedback to you. Okay, using the symbols. So this is nothing but offer informative feedback to the user. Means your system and the user is going to interact with each other using some symbols or conventions. Okay. Next is what? Design dialogues to L closure. Okay. So what it says, sequence of action need to have beginning, middle, and end. Yes. Once a task is completed, give some peace of mind to a user by providing them informative feedback as well as well-defined option for the next step if that case. For example, you can say in this case, when you're installing some software, okay, on your PC, you can say during when you start the installation process, you can have there start, run, and once you run that application, you have a next dialog box where you have next function, and just by clicking on the next, okay, you can install that app. So that is nothing but what? Design dialog to L closure. One more example, you can see that when you send an email or a message, okay, see this example here. When a message is sent, you get this message, your message has been sent successfully, or your message has been sent. So this is nothing but what? A feedback you have from what? The system. Okay, when you have n number of steps to perform, okay, the system must give you, or the interface must give you what? The information at what stage you are. Okay. So best example you can remember is installation of any software on your PC. Next is what? Prevent errors. So good interface should be designed to avoid errors as much as possible. Okay. But when errors do happen, your system need to make it easy for the user to understand the issue and know how to solve it. Okay. So what it says, see one of the example you can see here. When you enter, for example, you're going to do a registration on any social app or for any registration form, and they ask you to enter your personal detail. So in that case, when they ask you to enter the email ID, and if you enter the email ID in the wrong format, so in that case, what it gives the message, please enter the proper email ID with the proper format. Okay. So when you do some errors or mistake while operating with your interface or system must provide you what? Error message. Okay. And along with the error message, it must give the hint in what way you must enter your text. Okay. This is nothing but prevent the errors. Okay. This option must be given by you when you're designing the interface. See here what they are telling, error prevention or error correction. Okay. If the user make the error, you must provide the hint there. Automatic detection of error must be provided. Okay. When you develop a GUI, if the user is entering a wrong password, or if the format of the password is not correct, the date of the birth is not correct, at that time you must provide validation there, or automatic detection of error must be provided. Clear error notification must be displayed to the user. Hints for solving the problem must be given. Okay. So the best example you can remember is what? Registration, where you enter your name and email ID in the wrong format, and whatever the message is reflected to you, that is nothing but the part of your prevent errors. Next is what? Permit easy reversal of action. Okay. So any application or app, when you develop, it must provide a reversal of action. If you do any mistake, it must rectify it again. The best example you can remember here is undo option. Okay. Undo option you have in your Word, Microsoft Point, and all this. So this is nothing but the undo operation. Just remember for this rule. Okay. See, it is an instant relief to find that undo option after mistake is made. Okay. If the undo option is provided, okay, and if the reversal of action is there, the user, if it is interacting with the interface for the first time, he can explore many new things. Okay. So your user will feel less anxious and more likely to explore option if they know there is an easy way to reverse any accidents. Okay. So when you send an email, there is again an option. See here, your message has been sent. Again, in the underlined text, you have that undo view message. Okay. So this is nothing but the example of what? Permit easy reversal of action. Undo option, then your checkbox. The next one is what? Support internal locus of control. Okay. So experienced operators strongly desire the sense that they are in charge of the machine and the system respond to their action. Here you can say in this case, the user is having a high priority to control the system or to control the interface. Okay. See, can you see the example here? Cannot quit when updates are in process. Okay. Now user can decide whether he has to press OK button or he have to continue with the update. Okay. Again, one more example you can see here, smart alerts is there, add events to calendar is there. The next is what, are you sure? See the last one here, are you sure what you want to quit? Do you want to quit this process? So two options are here, force the quit and cancel. So again, it is in the user's view, whether he want to forcefully quit the action or he want to cancel that. Okay. So in this, you can say in the internal locus, the user has to decide the action. Okay, whether he has to continue or whether he has to stop there. Okay, see that design the system to make user the initiator of the action rather than the responder. Okay, so this is what support internal locus of control. Next one is what, last principle is what, reduce the short-term memory load. Yes, this already we have seen that if the, see in one exercise we have done in the short-term memory. Okay, if the sequence of number is given to you, okay, in any sequence. So I have told you to, just by seeing the number, I have told you to recall the numbers. Okay, so when the sequence of numbers are given in the grouping, you can remember it easily as compared to this one, first one. Yes, so chunking of the things must be done when you design the interface. Okay. The limitation of human process, and yes, we have seen that short-term memory is having a very short-term, very less time you can remember the things for the short-term memory. So whatever screen or interface you are going to make, okay, so it must easily recognizable by what the user. Okay, it must not take more effort to recall the functionality when operating your particular app or interface. Yes, so for that you can do one thing, you can add more pictures or icons on that so that it will be easily identifiable. Okay, so see here our attention span is limited and anything we can do make our user job easy and better. It is simpler for us to recognize the information rather than recalling it. Okay, just by seeing the diagrams or just by seeing the pictures whatever uploaded on the interface, you can perform the actions. Okay, so this were the 8 golden rules. So what are they? I will just revise in short. Strive for consistency, and in universal usability, just remember shortcuts you have to add. Offer informative feedback means what? Yes, in the symbolic representation, when you're performing some action, okay, so this messages must be provided. You can provide that message in the form of your dialog box, your symbols, your some images, okay, or menus. Designed dialogues to yield closure. Okay, in that case, you can see, yes, we have seen the example of installation of any software. Then prevent errors. The example we have seen is registration form when you enter the wrong username or the password. Okay, next is what, permit easy reversal of action. So example you remember here is of undo. Okay, and support internal locus means what? It is the high priority of the user whether to continue the operation or quit the action. And reduce the short-term memory loss means what? Load means what? You have to design the interface in such a way that it will be easily recognizable by the user instead of recalling it. Okay. So we will just see one example of Instagram app using 8 golden rules. See, strive for consistency. Okay, we will just see for Instagram. See here, Instagram design has been consistent from 2009 to 2020 with its feed layout style and navbar icon staying consistent. Yes, can you see the Instagram app? It is similar what you had, okay, in 2009 to 2020. This layout I'm talking about. Don't see about the features added to the Instagram. Just see the layout structure of the app. Okay, this is the first rule. Next is what cater to universal. Okay, so next, let's see how Instagram helps different types of user according to their experience. So they have carried out tasks successfully without any anxiety for the noise user or first time user. See, Instagram provide this watching stories, go forward. Shortcuts are there provided, like to go forward, tap the screen. For pause, press and hold. Okay. For go back, tap the left edge. Okay. And move between the story. What shortcut they have provided, swipe left or right. Okay. So these are the shortcuts provided by Instagram to operate their app. Okay. Now for experienced or frequent user, okay, Instagram has the shortcut features where you press and hold on the profile icon. You can switch between your account without even going back to the profile. Okay, this they have given about the shortcut keys. Now next, offer informative feedback. Okay, so example is what informative feedback. Instagram double tap like function gives the user feedback as shown in the picture. Okay, if you double tap on the image, what is the operation is performed? You can like that picture. Yes, just by double clicking on this pic, you can like this picture. That is nothing but the informative feedback property of your Instagram. Next is what? Design a dialogue to yield closure. Okay, so on Instagram, while uploading any media content, okay, this progress bar is shown to you. Like see, if you're uploading any video, this progress bar is shown to you. And if the uploading is done, this solid blue line will be completed. Okay, see, the message is given that finishing up. Okay, so this is an example of what? Informative feedback. Next is what? Prevent error or offer simple error handling. Okay. If you try, see, error message for incorrect username at the Instagram login page. Okay. So if you try to log in with a improper or invalid username or the password, this message is displayed to you, right? Incorrect username. The username you entered doesn't appear to belong to any account. Please check your username and try again. So this functionality they have given. Next is what? Permit easy reversal of action. Okay. The drawing function in Instagram stories, it provides an undo function. Yes. Next is what? See, this is an undo function they have provided in the app. Next is what? Support internal locus of control. Okay. When you delete something from the app or when you want to delete any post, before deletion of that post, the app asks you whether to confirm deletion, delete or don't delete. So this is nothing but what? Support internal locus of control. Make user the initiator of action than the responder to act. Then last one is what? Reduce short-term memory load. So keeping your interface consistent and following the existing guidelines for interface design, you will help us to make our design more innovative and our users doesn't have to recall every time he or she uses the product. Okay. Once you use the Instagram, there is no need to remember the steps. Okay. Just by seeing the menus and icon, you can operate the Instagram app. Okay. Just like home is there, search is there. Okay. Plus means what you can add here. Here you can like the picture. Okay. So seeing the symbols or images, you can operate your Instagram app easily. Okay. So in this way, you have to take any app. We have studied in the case of Instagram, you have to take WhatsApp, Facebook, any app you can take. And in this way, you have to write the statement first. For example, if it is providing what? Easy reversal of action, in what case it is providing it, you have to write it here and you have to draw the screen here. Okay, or you can take the screenshots of it. Understood the 8 golden rules? Yes. See, you have to do the case study on this. Okay, you have to take one example. Yes, and you have to apply this. Understood? Yes, can anyone tell me first 5 rules? समझ like a T student. See, your second unit is full of theoretical. Knowing your user client is all theoretical. I will cover it fast in the second lecture. Okay, your third unit is also a theoretical one. Again, there you have like interaction styles, which we have already covered in short in the first unit. Okay, so important part here, you again have your GUI and user interface. Okay, so important part from your second unit is your 8 golden rules. Yes. And see, case study they have given for the second unit is what you have to develop a registration form. Yes. So already we have discussed in the practical sessions, you have to take one app. Okay. On that, you have to do the paper prototyping. And for the same app, you have to do the registration form designing. Okay. And in the third unit for the same app, you have to write the comparison parameters. Yes. Who can tell me all the 8 principles, 8 golden rules? And see in the next lecture, I want till the next lecture, you can select any one of the case study and you have to tell me here all the 8 golden rules by applying all. Yes. No one? Yes. Yash. Yashveer. Are you there? Harshal. Okay, strive for consistency next. Next rule. Okay, offer informative feedback. Next, error handling. Yes, Ajinkya. Okay, designing dialogue to end closure. Okay, theoretical wise, the rules are very simple, but when you apply for any practical application, you will get stuck. Okay, so next lecture, in the last 10 minutes, we will do this case study. Okay. हे सगळ्या स्टुडंटकडे ERP लॉगिन आहे ना टी स्टुडंट्स बिकॉज ऑल लेक्चर्स विल बी कंडक्टेड थ्रू नाउ ERP लॉगिन व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुप वरती तुम्हाला हे नाही होणार आहे लिंक सेंड होणार नाही. येस.
नाही मॅम, माझं नाही झालंय.
मग तू कसं काय जॉईन झाली लेक्चरला?
मॅम मी हर्षलाकडून लिंक घेतली होती, कारण माझ्या इथे टाइम टेबल दाखवतच नाहीये.
ओके. भाग्यश्री इज वन. एनीवन एल्स? जू इज देअर अगेन. एनीवन एल्स? जमीर सरांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू लॉग इन ERP आणि टाइम टेबल दिसत नाही तर जमीर सरांशी एकदा कॉन्टॅक्ट करा तुम्ही. ओके. अटेंडन्स ERP थ्रू ऑटोमॅटिक लागणार आहे आता तुमची. मॅन्युअल अटेंडन्स नाही घेणार आहे फॉर एव्हरी लेक्चर. ओके. अँड एव्हरीथिंग विल बी मार्क्ड इन ERP. कोण किती वेळासाठी इन आहे, किती वेळा लीव्ह करून परत जॉईन करताय मीटिंग. ओके. एव्हरी रेकॉर्ड विल बी जनरेटेड ऑटोमॅटिकली नाउ थ्रू ERP. Okay, and based upon that, messages will be sent to your parents after every lecture, I think so. Yes. Understood. 8 golden rules. Please try to search one of the application and individual case study I want for 8 golden rules. So meanwhile, just decide one app and you have to perform the case study. Okay. The next lecture will start with the remaining part. If time is there, I wanted to show one video of 8 golden rules. I think so. It's just 5 minutes are there. Organize. Okay, you can leave.